They say some houses aren't haunted by ghosts, but by things much older and far more dangerous. This story didn't come from a legend or some forgotten town folklore. It came from police reports, hospital documents, and child services testimonies, and it happened right in the heart of Gary, Indiana. In 2011, Latoya Ammons and her 3 children moved into a quiet rental home on Carolina Street. At first, it was just cold spots and footsteps at night, things people try to ignore, but soon, black flies swarmed the porch in winter, and heavy footsteps echoed from the basement. No matter how many they killed, or how cold it got, the flies returned every morning. Then the children changed. Her 12-year-old daughter spoke to invisible figures and screamed in languages no one taught her. One of the boys would sit in the closet 4 hours talking to a shadow. Another began growling and describing deaths of people he had never met. Latoya was terrified. She contacted the church, the hospital, the police, anyone who would listen. But things got worse. One night, the youngest boy levitated above his bed while he was asleep. The family prayed and cried until he dropped back down like nothing happened. They rushed to the hospital, where things took an even darker turn. In the room, in front of nurses and doctors, the middle son walked backward up a wall, flipped over the ceiling and landed on the floor without ever using his hands. The nurse screamed, the caseworker fled, and the doctor wrote a full report. From that day, it wasn't just a family problem anymore. Child Services opened a case. Police were sent to the home. A priest named Father Machino was asked to visit the house. What he found made him request an exorcism immediately. Underneath the stairs in the basement, hidden beneath dirt and broken concrete, they found a pit with a child's sock, a woman's press-on fingernail, a cut-out photo with the eyes burned, and a small red book bound in cracked leather, covered in symbols that even the priest didn't recognize. He said it wasn't just haunted, it was cursed from the ground up. During the exorcism, the mother writhed and cursed in a deep voice that wasn't hers. The children shook, vomited, and screamed as if being burned from inside. The priest performed 3 exorcisms over several months. Each time, the darkness pushed back harder. Officers assigned to the case refused to re-enter the home, just their cameras shut down and batteries drained. A detective said he felt something breathing behind him while the priest blessed the house. The caseworker's car caught fire the day after she returned home. Even the landlord stopped answering calls when asked about the basement. Then came the final attack. One night the daughter began convulsing, screaming that he's here. The house shook and the lights exploded one by one. The priest shouted Latin prayers until it stopped all at once, like someone snapped their fingers. Latoya fled the house with her children and never looked back. The Department of Child Services closed the case after confirming the children returned to normal, but the house remained unrented, untouched, until 2014, when paranormal investigator Zach Bagans bought it. He moved in with a team of experts and cameras. Over weeks they recorded screams, shadows, and even physical attacks. One man collapsed with organ failure. Another claimed he saw a horned figure standing in the hall at 3 a.m. Zach himself reported mood changes, paranoia, and nightmares during the investigation. He later tore the house down, brick by brick, but not before filming everything for his documentary. He said something in that home wanted to stay hidden forever. To this day, no home has been rebuilt on that lot. Locals cross the street when passing by, and that priest who performed the exorcism had returned to Carolina Street. He said the land had been marked long before any family moved in. It was never about the people who lived there. It was about the thing that had always been beneath, feeding, waiting, until someone finally noticed it again, and it made sure no one would forget it. Some say the house was just a hoax, but how do you explain hospital reports, police footage, and destroyed lives? How do you explain a boy walking up a wall with no tricks or illusions? How do you explain a priest requesting Vatican approval for a case in Indiana? The last known report tied to the case came in 2015. A woman living nearby said she heard children laughing in the empty lot at night. When she looked, there were small wet footprints in the dirt, and one red child shoe sitting perfectly clean in the middle of the field. She never walked past that block again, because some houses may be torn down, but what lived inside them doesn't leave with the wood and bricks.